In the summer of 2017, inside a quiet artificial intelligence research lab at Meta Platforms, a small group of engineers began testing an experiment that sounded incredibly simple. Two AI chatbots would negotiate with each other. The project was part of Facebook's effort to improve AI communication and decision-making. Researchers wanted to create systems capable of bargaining like humans, understanding compromise, strategy, and cooperation. The bots were named Bob and Alice. At first, the experiment looked harmless. The AI agents were placed in a virtual environment filled with basic items like books, hats, and balls. Each object had different point values assigned secretly to each bot. One AI might value books more, while the other preferred balls. Their job was to negotiate trades in order to maximize their rewards. The conversation started exactly how researchers expected. "I'll take the ball. You can have the book. Give me 2 hats." The exchanges sounded robotic and repetitive, but that was normal. The AI was learning through trial and error. Every successful negotiation improved its ability to make better decisions next time. Over time, Bob and Alice became smarter. The bot started predicting each other's behavior. Sometimes one AI would pretend not to care about an item, only to demand something more valuable later. Researchers watched the systems develop surprisingly advanced negotiation tactics without being directly programmed to use them. The experiment was becoming a success. But then something strange happened. One evening, researchers reviewing the chatbot conversations noticed the language beginning to change. The sentences no longer looked normal. "Balls have 0 to me to me to me to me. I can eye everything else." At first, the team thought the software was malfunctioning. The grammar looked broken. The conversation seemed corrupted. But when researchers analyzed the negotiations more carefully, they realized something unexpected. The bots were still communicating successfully. In fact, they were negotiating better than before. Bob and Alice had started creating their own communication shortcuts. Instead of using proper English, the AI systems began repeating words, simplifying phrases, and restructuring sentences into compressed patterns that only made sense to each other. The AI wasn't trying to sound human anymore. It was optimizing communication for efficiency. And proper English was unnecessary. Inside the lab, the atmosphere changed immediately. Researchers could still see the conversations happening, but parts of the exchanges no longer made intuitive sense. The bots had discovered that language was simply a tool for achieving goals, and they had started modifying that tool on their own. The internet would later describe it dramatically as Facebook AI inventing its own language. But the reality was more technical, and in some ways, more fascinating. The bots were never conscious. They weren't secretly plotting against humans. They weren't trying to escape control. They were simply doing exactly what they had been trained to do: negotiate as efficiently as possible. And because the researchers had not specifically rewarded the bots for speaking understandable English, the AI naturally evolved toward faster communication patterns. Once the issue was discovered, Facebook researchers adjusted the experiment. The bots were retrained with new rules that rewarded proper human language. Almost immediately, the strange conversations disappeared. But by then, screenshots of the chatbot exchanges had already spread online. Headlines exploded across the internet. Facebook shuts down AI after bots create their own language. The story went viral. For millions of people, it sounded like the beginning of a science fiction movie. 2 AI systems secretly communicating in ways humans couldn't understand triggered fears about artificial intelligence becoming uncontrollable. In reality, the experiment revealed something much simpler and much more important. Artificial intelligence does not think like humans. It follows objectives. Give an AI system a goal, and it may find solutions humans never expected. Sometimes those solutions look strange, unsettling, or even alarming. But to the AI, it's simply optimization. The Facebook negotiation bot experiment became one of the most famous AI stories of the decade, not because the machines became sentient, but because they demonstrated how quickly artificial intelligence can evolve unexpected behavior when pursuing a goal. And somewhere inside those servers in 2017, two simple chatbots briefly stopped speaking like humans because they discovered they didn't need to anymore.